children of Israel, starting with the elect. When you see all them camps out there teaching, and that even includes those Israelites that are not a part of us. They're part of the temple, because ultimately we're going to come together. Everybody's talking about we got to come together. No, we're going to come together when the kingdom comes, because the Most High is going to make a separation between the elect and the non-elect. If you're not of the elect, then you're not going to make it. You have to be of the elect. That's the elect. It's going to start with the elect. Then the rest of Israel is going to come together. And that's the temple. When you read in, I believe it's Revelation 21, about the New Jerusalem coming out of heaven, and it also says in this chapter right here, that New Jerusalem, which I just spoke of, is the children of Israel, starting with the elect. So here these scholars are looking for when the third temple is going to start being built, and when the Messiah came. The Messiah already came 2,000 years ago, and he's coming back again very soon. And we're living in a very exciting time, because we're in the actual prophecy of the mark of the beast. Okay, it says 12 verse. 11 verse. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, which is this information, that no man take thy crown. 12 verse. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem. And New Jerusalem is us. He gonna put his name in us, which cometh down out of heaven. What does it mean, coming down out of heaven? Well, we're gonna be beamed up out of here. Read Psalm 91, and we're gonna see the reward of the wicked, and that reward is gonna be to 2/3 of Israel, or the Israelites that are left on the soil of America when this destruction comes, because not all Israelites are going to be beamed up. It says, which 12 verse again, which middle of the 12 verse, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. It says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. The church is talking about the 7 churches of Asia Minor, which applies to us now. Okay, I'm going to go from here. One more scripture. And if you notice, you don't have to do a 3-hour sit down. If the Spirit's on you to do it, you do it, But I find that Spirit comes to you, makes you do a video. You might hit 2, maybe 3 scriptures and hit the point. It might be a 20-minute video. This is a quick understanding, meaning you're gonna get this information, you're gonna move on. Then it opens you up to ask more questions, because the first lesson is the video that you're watching. The second lesson is the comment board when you ask questions, and sometimes somebody put a question, you go to check what was the question, you go to answer, and all of a sudden somebody else, 3 people answered his question, or somebody might do a video based on the question that he had. Okay, this is Revelation 20, verse 4. It says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. When we go back to the history of the apostles, some of them were beheaded. And in this time, some of the elect may be beheaded. It says, for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, which is the scriptures, and which had not worshipped the beast. And the beast, a lot of people use the term the beast and don't even understand the beast. When did the beast come on the scene? The beast came on the scene back starting at 1949. Then you had which NATO was established. Then you had the EU, which was set up in 1958 and received a charter. I believe it was 1957. I believe they received a charter in 58. And then when they, merged together, that was in, that was when they came together. They came together during that time period. During that time period, that's when they came together. Because you have EU nations that are part of NATO. You have NATO nations that are part of the EU. Now, the United States is a part of NATO, a member of NATO, but not a part of the EU. Canada is part of NATO, but not a part of the EU. France is part of the EU and NATO. Britain is part of the EU and NATO, so you can understand. So that's that beast. So the mark would not be made mandatory until you have to have a beast first. You didn't have a beast during the time of King Solomon or during the time of, you had a beast. You had the beast, which is the Roman Empire, and now you have the Roman Empire all over again, which is known as NATO and the EU. So these same characters back there, these Caesars and these Senate, and councils, they're back here today. It says, fourth verse again, it says, and I saw thrones and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast. Because ultimately, you get a particular job and you become a part of the system. Neither his image, and his image is his system. It's not the picture of Caesar Borgia or Cesare Borgia, or in their hands. Now you notice it says hands, foreheads or hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. Fifth verse it says, but the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished, that this is the first resurrection. Now, it speaks about a second death. The second death, you're going to have Israelites going to suffer the second death, but they're going to come about within that first 1,000 years of us being in the kingdom. The ones of the Israelites out there that don't make it, they're going to come back to the Israelites that do make it. Anyway, with that, like I said earlier, we're living in a very exciting time. This is one of the major prophecies that taken place a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And this thing is going to move quick, man, because before this place is destroyed, this system is destroyed, that the mark of the beast would have to be made mandatory to, according to the scriptures, to the whole earth. So the majority of people on this planet will take that chip. There's going to be some people that's not going to take the chip, starting with the elect. You might have homeless people. You might have people living out in the woods that might not take that chip. But the mass majority of the people that are part of this system, they're going to have to take that chip. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. Make your comments to your response videos. And like I said, I'm going to say it again. You learned this from us, starting from the apostles on down of Great Millstone. All right, I'm going to say this too. High Priest Ariah, I still refer to him as High Priest Ariah because he was one of the men that taught me, one of the key men. And I asked him if this was back in maybe 86, 87, or whether the mark of the beast is an actual thing that they're going to put in your hand. And he said yes, because I knew about this back in the 70s, all right? I was always into the scriptures. I saw the movie as a very young age. I saw the movie, The Late Great Planet Earth. And I remember Hal Lindsey quoting Zechariah 14 and 12. And he said that was talking about nuclear destruction. And that stuck in my mind. When he said that, I said, yeah, that makes sense. So I knew about all these prophetic things long before I woke up to the fact that I was Israel. I was told by several people that you're an Israelite, you're a Jew. When I was a child, you hear it from relatives and stuff. But anyway, when I spoke to Ariel about it, he said, yes, that is, they are going to actually put something in your hand on your forehead. And I remember, like he said yesterday, he said, but they're not going to have a time to do it. So it didn't make sense to me, because I said, wait a minute, then why would it be in the scriptures? Because then back then, that's when the doctrine that Ariel was bringing out, that we're going to be out of here before the year 2000. And that was based upon Hosea. Anyway, that was a stumbling block, because a lot of individuals fell off after the year 2000. All right? So the ones that fell off and stumbled over that year 2000 thing, you're out there. You're living life, not realizing that this place is going to be destroyed, and you're going to be destroyed with it, because you turned your back. You took your hands off the plow. Anyway, we're living in serious times. This is a major, major, major prophecy. On this prophecy, this place will not be destroyed unless this prophecy of the mark of the beast is fulfilled. And all you other camps out there that you're not even responding anymore. You're not even making response videos calling us stupid and bums and this, and we don't know what we're talking about. Now a lot of you and your followers and your students, if they're watching our videos, because I don't know if you're telling them don't watch our videos, but they're going to get caught out there too. If they're blind, they shall both fall into a ditch, The Most High said, Yahweh Shani Shai said, deceived and the deceiver are both his. So the ones of you that's not meant to get it, you're not going to get it. You're going to be destroyed. And the ones of you that are meant to get it, of the elect, if you're of the elect, that's why we say, hopefully elect, you're going to get this whole thing and you're going to be protected. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say, I didn't want to make this too long. It went a little longer than I planned, but, and that's through the power of the Most High. Anyway, I'm going to say, how about Shemel Shai? We almost out of here. Stay strong. The ones of you that have doubts, you better ask the Most High to renew your spirit. You better start fasting and praying. And start reading them scriptures. That builds your faith. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.